we got some new cards. Now, I apologize for my lack of enthusiasm. That is not what you come here for. I don't like doing rants, as well as general negativity, because not everyone is as obsessed with the game as myself and other players. However, today's content kind of hit a boiling point and really hammered home an overall issue with the game, and that is that content has become almost set it and forget it. We're going to go through all of the new cards from the next gen event, as well as some other supernatural cards, but it's just disappointing. Let's start at the top with the Milestone cards. This was actually done pretty well because Sidney Crosby getting recognized for his 600th goal, as he should. We also get one for Jerome Iginla, Gordie Howe, and Phil Esposito. Iginla and Howe getting upgrades to their hologram cards. Let's first take a look at that 87 Sidney Crosby. This year, Crosby cards have been pretty impressive. Obviously, the off-the-charts one at 86 was one of the best centermen in the game currently, and this one gets sniper forward. He's got 89 speed and excel, as well as 87 agility and decent balance. Endurance at 83 is, again, not all that great, but the rest of his attributes are all pretty par for the course for Sidney Crosby cards, where he's essentially 87 or whatever his overall is, kind of across the board. But his hand stats are good at 91, and he does have really good face-off rating at 89. Sidney Crosby this year is a little bit better than he was in years past. Goal close quarters is fun. So if you didn't get his off-the-charts card and you're a Crosby fan, you can go out and get this card. Again, Milestone cards, you cannot make them. You have to get them through the auction house. Next, we've got the 87 Phil Esposito at 6'1", with sniper forward and power shooting boost. He's got gold make it snappy, 89 speed, 86 excel, 88 agility, good balance at 91, a shot over 90, and great offensive awareness at 95. This is actually a pretty decent card. And compared to all of the other higher overall Milestone cards or just players in general, might be a little bit cheaper simply because he's not a super popular player for the young generation, obviously. But still a really good card all the way across the board. Even has 82 faceoffs, which is like borderline what I would use. Probably play him on the wing, though. Then we've got the 87 Gordie Howe at 6'2", with sniper forward and beauty backhand. 86 speed, 89 excel, 83 agility. That's pretty brutal skating for an 87 overall player item. Does have 91 balance and 86 endurance, which is nice. His shot's under 90. He's got great body checking at 90 overall, but his hand stats are kind of mediocre. This is just like a very poorly statted card. Not really one that I would go after. And lastly, we've got my boy Jerome Iginla, 6'1", 210 with sniper forward, as well as power shooting boost and gold snipe. 87 speed, 89 excel, 87 agility. Again, not really all that great for an 87 overall card, but he's got a good shot. Good offensive awareness at 93, good body checking at 88. Again, not super impressive, but if you wanted an Iginla card, this is cheaper than getting his hologram icon. Speaking of the hologram icons, Gordie Howe unlocks his 87 overall tier, which does give him checking boost. Again, the boost synergies are very difficult to activate. There's just not a lot of cards that have the extra synergy. The boost slot, regardless, is having enough in your lineup to get one specifically. But again, he's just rated essentially the same as his Milestone card. So if you have Gordie Howe, you can upgrade him. As well as Jerome Iginla, who gets pinpoint shooting boost. Again, the speeding is kind of mediocre, but in terms of modern icons, after Sundin, there's only a few that I think are really valuable. And Iginla cards actually play a little bit better than their stats indicate, so he gets his 87 as well. All right, now on to my real issue with today's content, and that is this. We've got 4 supernatural cards. Nothing wrong with that, having event items. However, the real issue is that there is no longer those primetime cards or cards that immediately reflect performances that just happened, and instead it's this random set it and forget it type content. Like, don't get me wrong, Eric Daze is a perfect meta hut card. He's gigantic, he's got decent skating. There's no complaints there from the higher end community that is looking for these ogre type players that have always been the best in Hockey Ultimate Team. He's got a great shot. His skating isn't a complete detriment because of his size. The issue here is that he literally got an 84 overall supernatural event item as well. There are thousands of player choices. Brendan Hagel literally just had a 5-assist game. And because we only get content every 3 days, which I think is still okay as long as that content is an absolute banger, this is such a waste of a pick. It just reeks of, like, not watching the sport. However, can't deny that Chris Pronger's Supernatural card is fantastic. His 82 cover athlete card was one of the best at the launch of the game. He comes with truculence. It's very close to the Zdeno Chara, Supernatural MSP as well. He's got 86 speed and 85 excel, which is great. Turns like an absolute boat with 80 overall agility, but great defensive awareness and good body checking. Like, this is a very good left-handed defenseman. We've also got Jason Arnott, who again is a fantastic hut card, perfect size, and he's got 85 faceoffs, which is strong, good body checking, unstoppable force. Again, the mediocre skating is to be expected given his size, but even his shot is very good. His deking at 80 makes it a little rough, but nonetheless kind of like the prototype high-end center. And then lastly, we've got the 85 Nick Antropov. Again, 6'6", 245. If you were looking to make a GWC Hut team, just another good addition. 85 speed, 84 excel, 87 agility with 92 balance is great. With gold unstoppable force, just so hard to knock off the puck. But I mean, we already got a Nick Antropov card. And while I grew up watching him play for the Leafs, I feel like there's just many better selections to get multiple cards. Anyways, Shark Week continues as the weekly mode update this week is for my San Jose Sharks, where you complete a various list of objectives with San Jose Shark players, which works out perfectly if you've made Macklin Celebrini or Will Smith, for example. Completing all of these objectives will net you the 84 overall Cody Ceci that is account bound. And while I wouldn't recommend him for players that aren't big-time Sharks fans, he's actually not that awful. His speed and skating is obviously brutal, 85 speed, 84 excel, but he is 6'3", 210. His shot, he's not going to hit the broadside of a barn, and his hand stats are a joke. But if you get defensive defenseman activated, he's got 87 body checking, 88 defensive awareness, and 90 stick checking. He also has silver stick 'em up. Not a ton of players have stick 'em up, and with the state of Pochex, this could actually help you knock the puck free from all the players that have like above 90 offensive awareness. So kind of interesting. And again, I will go out and get because I'm a Sharks fan. However, the weekly Hut moments, unfortunately, do not have the 82 version anymore. I don't know why they took that away. It was nice to get a free untradeable, but nonetheless, that's gone. And it's just the weekly moment packs, which are legitimately just bronze cards. We've got 12 new next-gen items highlighted by the 85 Marco Rossi and the 85 Matthew Nyes. So if you're interested in any of these players, you might be able to do the 83 overall pack that you get from moments and objectives and things like that if you are looking for, let's say, Dylan Cousins or Kirill Marchenko at Capo Caco. Taking a look at some of the bigger names, we've got the 85 Matthew Nyes at 6'3", 217. He's got gold close quarters. He's a fine skater, but again, same issue as all the other next-gen items. 80 endurance just wipes out any fun you can have with this card because he's basically out of gas, and because he's not very fast, that just kind of gets hammered home even harder. But if you're a Leafs fan, you can grab this 85 Nyes. We've got the Minnesota Wild's Marco Rossi, 5'9", 182, and just a brutal skater for this build. This is a hard avoid. Pure theme team player. Brant Clark at 84 overall gets offensive defenseman. Again, he's got okay skating at 6'2", 200, but you'd want to see his skating just a little bit better. He's got silver lead edges, but I don't think it would really matter on this card. Philip Broberg, however, is quite interesting at 6'4", 212. He's got silver wheels, which I wouldn't activate, but he's got 87 speed, 86 excel, 88 agility, as well as 86 body checking and defensive awareness to go with 88 stick checking. I think this might be a half-decent, usable left-handed defenseman for you. I do want to point out that the daily hat trick cards did unlock their new tiers, and at 85 overall, we get the master set card art that was shown in the banner. Obviously, you can't redo your decision, which is kind of short-sighted by EA. But if you went Logan Couture, I think that you're extremely happy. 87 speed and excel with 86 face-offs. Like, this is a very usable card, and I'm happy as a Sharks fan, obviously. They've done a great job making up for last year's just completely ignoring the franchise-type content. But Sharks fans win again this week. Now we also got our fantasy upgrades. And Anthony Cirelli now up to a 90 overall. He gets silver quick draw, quickly becomes one of the best center cards in the game. So if you ended up with Anthony Cirelli, you're laughing right now. 90 speed, 88 excel, but it's his 86 faceoff rating with silver quick draw and 90 body checking. Like, you're laughing if you have this card. My boy Fabian Zetterlund potted a couple goals, but only got one skating increase. Again, I've talked about this a lot with this card. It's just going to take a long time because his skating was so low. 86 speed, 85 excel, but does have 87 endurance now. His shot is great. Hand stats are fine, as is his checking and defense. Like, slowly but surely, this is going to be one of the best cards in the game. Won't go over everybody, but Mason Marchman's up to an 85. He still needs a couple more goals. Again, skating goes up by 0.5 of every overall. So again, he needs quite a bit. This is a card that, like we talked about, is one of the best if he gets to 99. Nino Niederreiter now up to an 85 overall. He has 86 speed, 85 excel, 87 agility, and his endurance and balance is quite good as well. So he's quickly becoming one of the better ones. Kyle Palmieri, the most boring choice that we could have got, myself included. He's borderline usable now. 87 speed, 86 excel, good agility and endurance and balance, a half-decent shot. Hand stats are 85 across the board. Like, he gets a couple more goals and we're laughing. And Eric Holland now up to an 85. He's got 90 speed, 89 excel, and 90 agility. One of the best skaters from the bunch. But again, I think that it might be a bit of a struggle for him to hit 99. The last thing I want to talk about is all of the packs in the store. And I find it funny that there are currently 21 packs in the store. The exact same amount of new cards that we got on one of our 3 content days. However, these flash sale packs, so I've seen these quite a bit recently, and people are asking if they should blow their coins on it. Guys, I wouldn't spend your coins on any type of pack that doesn't guarantee you a certain player. So, for example, like the X Factor packs, you know what you're getting. And even then, if you can get duplicates, I say don't. I would not buy any of these packs with points or coins. But what I would do is pay attention to the overall that those packs contain. So this is 77 and above player items. What I would do is instead spend the 105,000 coins that you would do for this pack and go buy 105,000 coins worth of the 77 overall and above. They should fall in price. The lower overalls did with the prior flash packs, and that's where I would spend my coins, because once these packs are out of the store, then the prices will go back up and kind of stay where they've been over the last few months. So again, just something to keep in mind. So I apologize for the doom and gloom. I've tried to avoid it in these information type videos, but I'm getting to the point where it's just extremely frustrating because I've become indifferent. I'm just not caring at all about content days, and I can't wait for Thursday because that looks like when we are going to get the new XP path. And my God, make or break it, that's must-watch content. I can't wait to see what's in this thing. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time.